So here we are underneath the ramp side. Got the axles, and they come up, and got the U-joints, and these, I'm sure they got a name. Is with the splines, they slide into the transaxle. I just kind of wire brushed off the junk off of it and put a little penetrating oil on there. I'm gonna let them sit. They'll probably come loose, but I got some other stuff to take care of first, and then we'll pull the U-joints off, and then we'll pull these ends off the axles and get this down and get a pipe on there so we can roll this thing, get the wheels back on it and roll it out. So we're over at the scrapyard right around the corner from me, and I was looking for a piece of pipe, 21 inches long, a little heavier, probably not galvanized, but that's okay. Found a piece here, my buddy's scrap place. I give him all my scrap for free, and he usually lets me come here and pick what I want and take it. Hey buddy, I got a piece of pipe. Are we good? We're good? All right. He hooks me up all the time. All right. I bring all the time steel, dude. Huh? You dump all the time steel, dude? Yeah, I give you my stuff and he hooks me up. We help each other. All right, thank you. Good guy. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just making some bars to put over the axles once I pull the U-joints off. I'm just gonna take my hand plasma, blow out some holes, weld these nuts on there, and then take a bolt and I can use it for a set screw to tighten it up. Do I have to go that far? Maybe not. I'm making like 4 of them because I'll need one for this ramp side. When I pull the motor out of the Custom 63, I'll need one for that. And I can always use extra ones or some vehicles in the yard that doesn't have them. I gave my good one. I prefer to make a little heavier pipe. Scrapyard free. It's what we got to use. So turn the hand plasma on. I'm just going to ground it there and blow a hole. Just like that. Simple dimple. Simple. I made the last ones out of heavier pipe. And I drove them. But they don't have to be nothing fancy. As long as the bolt hole big enough, nothing catches. That'll work. This is I ground the galvanizing stuff off of it. This is older galvanized pipe, I believe, so some of it can be nasty. This stuff ain't bad. It ain't getting white or nothing here. Usually cut hold my glove. I felt that one. Usually cut galvanized before my hole twisted. Burnt my finger. Usually cut galvanized and you get this nasty stuff. You get the white smoke and stinks like crap and stinks up your shop. You're not supposed to breathe it. I don't get a little bigger, but it don't matter because it's still smaller than my nut. So that's what we're doing with this. And then weld these on there and pull those U-joints and stuff off of that one and go from there. So I got my holes all cut, nothing special. I hit them with the flapper disc a little bit. And I just took a longer bolt and put the nut on there. Longer because it get warm. And I'll just kind of center that in there. Center that in the hole. Give it a good zap. Weld on each side a little bit. And that's good enough. Hold it. Turn my gas on. I just use a Lincoln wire welder. Run gas. Nothing special. And we're just gonna Make sure she's kind of not hitting nothing. We'll get them on there, and then we'll go back and just weld them. They don't even need to be welded all the way around, but I will, because I don't know. I just I do everything complete. I don't know. Don't have to, but just do. Yeah, hole's a little bigger, but it covers the nut. Over the nut covers it fine. That. Take that off. I got my table grounded. That's why I don't have to ground the stuff. And then we can just put some shorter ones in there so they don't hit nothing in there. And these ones would work. And we'll just tighten them up in there and keep the axles from doing wonky, weird stuff. So let's load this up a little bit. Well, on each side. Got the big gap on this one. I did the hole a little bigger than I should have. But we'll fill it in. Don't want over extra wire going inside there. I'm just quickly doing this too because it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be beautiful, but everything I make, I go to extra distance to make it nice. I mean, do I need to weld all the way around this? No. But she's welded all the way around it. Real pretty, like. Nothing on the inside, the hole. No wire not stuck in through. Nothing. And then, I used to wear switches out because in my shop we used to grind a lot in wire wheel. I just got a foot pedal on the floor. Just turn your grinder on. Give it a clean. Don't have to. That's just me. All nice. Yeah. I'd say nice and pretty, but it's nothing special. It's welded good. It'll be there for 100 years. And I'll just weld up the rest of these and then get working. All right, we got them all welded up. Weld them all the way around, real nice. Nothing special, but put a little oil on the bolts and wire wheel to clean them up. Nothing sharp to cut yourself on. And now I have a few spares. Normally I have some pipe around here in the shop, but I didn't have exactly that size. I had some fence pipe, which just kind of looks like two, but some thinner fence pipe. And yeah, it took longer to get in the truck, drive around the corner, and go to the scrap place to get a piece of pipe than it was to make them. But good, we'll get these on there. So this is what I'm working on now. I'm gonna build a puller to pull these off, the axles. I'm gonna go take the U-joints off, and then I gotta pull these off, but I was told that you can take a hammer and start smacking these, and I don't wanna do that. I mean, I'd put a piece of brass on a hit, but I don't wanna do that. I put penetrating oil on it. I'm gonna build a puller out of this. I picked up for a couple of bucks, so I sacrificed it. I cleaned it up already, and I'm gonna cut her off right up there. And then I have this bolt I found in the shop, and this nut. I will weld that nut right in there real nice and pretty like. And then this bolt, this won't be here, this here part. So this bolt will run right in there. I'll bolt this up on the other one. This bolt will come in there and start, as soon as it hits the other one, it'll start pulling it off back. And I have about 2 1/4 inches of pull with this bolt, which is, I think it's about 2 1/2 or something like that on these. Yeah, 2 1/2. So 2 1/4, it'll come off the rest of the way it should. And then we're not pounding and smacking on it and wrecking stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do. Sacrifice this part only a couple bucks, and make a puller. I was told there's another way to do it. Put a bolt in, put a bar across something, but I'm just gonna do it this way because this is what I came up with. That cut off pretty nice. I'll just flatten it a little more. And that's that. I'm just smoothing out my cut here. It's pretty good, but to make it a little more pretty, yeah, not so bad. Pretty good. Benchmark abrasives is all I've been used. It's all I use. I've been using this stuff for I don't know, at least 14 years, I think. 13 years, quite a long time. Good product. It is very reasonably priced. And I just used the Harbor Freight grinders because I've had a grinder or a wire wheel or a flapper disc in my arm for like 16 years. 8, 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours. And walkie grinders, love them. They last forever. Pretty long anyways, but they're heavy. These are lighter, and for the price I can just toss them away. That's that. We'll weld this in there next, right in there like that. Another cool thing about Benchmark abrasives is every time you do an order, anytime I've had an order, they always give you a cool sticker. At least they give you something. So I'm going to weld this in here. Get my fan up a ways a little bit so I don't blow my gas away. Double check that I have my gas on. I got my gloves without holes in it so I don't burn myself. I probably should have pre-warmed this piece, being it's probably cast, but yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I have weld cast iron frying pans, all kinds of stuff, and I usually pre-warm it and then throw a piece of leather over it. Let it cool slowly so it doesn't crack, pop. Weld the heck out of this. Could have probably used like a better nut and bolt, a hardened one, but I think this should be fine. I'll oil it, put some oil in there, and we'll see how this works. Yeah, got a big gap on the tops I'll have to fill in. I love welding. I've welded for 16 years. Well, my own, for myself. Santan metal art, but I mean, I've welded probably since I was 12 years old, building gold carts and just building stuff, learning how to weld. Had fun. I had welding in high school, foundry, metals, machine shop there. It was nice. Be hotter than a $2 pistol. Alright, that's what to say. Yeah. Doesn't go nowhere. Either it'll work or it won't work. She's hot. Little tiny hole there. It's just a tiny something, nothing. But he looks pretty good. Nice and hot. And that's that. Alright, so I pulled that side off already. It came off real easy. I just put a pipe wrench, I got the 2 squares on there. I don't know, I might have had a crescent big enough for that. Suppose I could go in and pull the brakes, maybe that would have held it from the axle spinning. But it came off real easy, that part did. So, pull this one off, and then I'll show you. I don't need that on there. I'll show you my polar, and then we'll see if that'll work. Alright, and I did mark them passenger side, driver side. I don't know if it matters, but that's what I'm doing. I'll mark these too. I'll put some paper tags on, wrap them with some tape so they don't get greased up. But here's my polar right here, and I don't actually have a wrench that big. It's I have 1 1/4 inch. This is metric or something. It must be. It just happened to have a big bolt with a nut on it and a little crusty, and I cleaned it up and I greased it. So I'm gonna put that like on, you know, one side or the other, and bolt it on there. And I put some penetrating oil in there already. The funny thing is I got lots of nuts and bolts around here, bins and bins and bins full of them. I just happen to have, we only got 4. Look at that, right length. They're hardened, grade 8s or something. But I just happen to have 4 of them. So we're gonna put that in there. Like that. And that's gonna be my polar. And you guys can let me know if it's alright. There's a better way to do it. I don't know. I was just told pound on these. You know, I don't want to pound on it. If this will pull it nice and easy, or maybe it won't. There's always heat, but I don't know if you heat anything on this stuff. So we'll just put these on there. And I don't think they gotta be any tighter than finger tight. They gotta be just fine. Phew, I turned the fan off the recording. So I don't know what it's got in here. It's a little humid outside. Maybe I won't have a 1.5 inch maybe a pull on it, but you can always put something in there too, I guess. So I said I didn't have, I could grind it, make it some more, make my 1 1/4 fit on there, but of course now we got spinning. So let me see, put it on there this way to hold it, correct way for a pipe wrench. And we'll see if she comes off or not. I don't know what, you know, laser on there. How tight they're on there. My hands are really bad. Really tight. Am I doing it the right way? Am I not? Oh, I need heat. Oh, there we go. Should probably just see if I got another bigger crescent wrench. I probably got one bigger to put on there. Then a pipe wrench. I don't see nothing moving. She's pretty tight. I'm gonna work on a little bit here. Maybe he's the answer, but I don't know right now. You know, I don't know. Let me give it a tap. We'll see. So I got this piece of brass. It was all mushroomed on the other side, and I just ground it off and made it so I can try to knock those off that off the axles, you know, right? Make a mess. Hey guys. Alright guys, I finally got her going on here with my polar I made. I put a piece of brass in there to be safe. I've been working on it for a while. And this side here, I could see the end of the shaft. This one here, I didn't. I was assuming it was the same. This one here had a dang washer in there. And when I put I didn't see it in there. And this one didn't. So I didn't see it with the flashlight, and I stuck my puller on there. And I worked on this, and I couldn't get nothing. I was cranking it and banging out with a piece of brass and a hammer, and it wasn't doing nothing. Called Gary to see if I could do heat. He suggested to try not to. So I pulled it all off, looked at it, and I'm like, I found that washer, a goddamn washer in there. So now she's popping and moving like she's supposed to be. See? She's coming off. My puller's working. She's coming off. That's good. It's been a long day out here. I did the transaxle this morning and started this, made the pieces that go across here. Made this. Been out here since 5 this morning. It's 3:30. I'm so hungry I could start eating the dog biscuits. Matter of fact, I better go feed the dogs. I usually feed them an hour ago. I just want to get these off. I guess if I get the one off tomorrow morning, I'll get the other one off. I gotta get this off the rack. Yeah. And then I was cranking so hard on it. I mean, probably should use a fine thread bolt on there, but I was cranking so hard on it, probably started gumming up the threads on here. Alright, so turn a little bit. So I think I probably boogered up when I took it off and checked it, it was getting kind of tight, so I re-greased it all and everything, and oiled it, and it's going. It's going. I'll just, like a certain point, you just knock it off with a hammer. I'm learning. Sweating because it's, I don't know, supposed to be like 105 today outside, but it's humid a little bit. I asked Gary if pounding on this, I use the brass. He used to take a big hammer. If it does any damage or anything to the bearings, he said no, it's okay. But the puller would be better than smacking on stuff. And I think maybe fuel smacks help loosen it up a little bit. I would think by now I could just tap it off maybe with but a lot of this is probably that the nut there is a little, I won't be able to go too much farther anyways. Well, there we go. Okay. Alright, so it's been a long day. I built the pipes for across here. Put over axles. I just have to get these off. This is the puller I made. And I got this one off, but it was hard. I didn't realize that this side had a washer in there, and it wouldn't allow me when I was screwing the bolt in. It wasn't doing nothing because the washer's a little bigger than this, so it wouldn't pull it. So I was just wasting my time, and yeah, it kind of monkeyed the threads up a little bit. They're both still working in and out. It's all right, but it's a little tight. Well, I got this one off. It's a long day. I'm hot. I've been out here since like 5:30. It's going on 4 now. And yeah, it's like 94 outside. I don't know, it's gotta be 90 in here. Humid, a little bit. I'm just tired and hungry. I'm ready to go grab some of the dog biscuits on the shelf here. But once she started popping, yeah, that one was popping when it was coming off. ton of them. Let's go. I'm too tired to start fighting with it. Actually, I'll just build a wrench to fit on here. Build something that goes right over that. Hold something up. Yeah, he's coming. And I put a piece of brass in there. A piece of brass. I had one over here, and once she popped, this whole thing just dropped and fell onto the cardboard here I'm standing on. And that piece of brass fell and rolled, and I was on my hands and knees for 10 minutes looking around in the shop for it. I'll find it someday and I'll have to laugh about it. It's either that or go open up the door and it'll be late there in the morning. But anyways, I went and cut another piece of brass on the bandsaw and put it in there. And the reason it's tight is probably half of it is because of this nut is the nut and the threads wasn't a hardened nut or nothing bolt, so it's not turning as smooth as it should be. But look, it's coming off. I could probably just tab it off the rest of the way because this pulling I'm doing is probably half of it's probably just the threads in there. I did oil it. I was going to call it a day with that one there and just say I'll finish this one here in the morning. But I'm out here. I could start fresh tomorrow and put the piece in between the axles, put the wheels on it, and get this thing rolled off in the morning. Well, it's, a little cooler out. Maybe it'll be like 82 or something in the morning. I don't know. It might just pop. It's almost off. I think it's gonna fall right now. What do you say? I was hoping that was the last one. Come on. Trying not to do that. Didn't hit the ground though, and my piece of brass is here. So that's the puller, and it worked. I had some bolts. I got lots of bolts and stuff here. Bolts and nuts, lots of hardware. So it worked. It worked. I'm happy. I'm hot. I'm sweaty. I'm greasy, dirty, tired, hungry. So I normally clean up everything. It's not too big of a mess out here. And I'm just gonna. It's good. It's Monday. I got some stuff done. Morning, guys. Out in the shop this morning. I got my bars I made with my little set bolts in there. I don't know if these ones are long enough in there. I put longer ones in. Let's see if they tighten up. So I just slide that on. I'm going to drop her down. I took my safety jack stands out, and the weight should bring these down a little bit. They're still going to be up though. So we'll see. I've used them before on moving vehicles and rolling them around. Just to hold the axles. So we're going to lower it down and go from here. Oh, wrong way. Up. I go down. There we go. And of course, don't help that the tires just kind of stick there too. If I rolled it back and forth, it would bring it down. Should bring it down if I roll back and forth. Oh, I got that safety. Good deal. Okay. Okay. We got her down. I might have to roll them back and forth to get it to get those wheels to roll outwards a little bit, because that ain't coming, We'll do that. We're gonna roll her back and forth. And I'll slide this on there. And yeah. And we'll still have to fight with it to get her on there. But she'll go. There we go. And we'll just try to center that on there. Yeah, something like that. And we'll tighten these down. Hopefully that helps it roll better. I don't know, it's still going to be a little taut in there, but Once we roll it a little more, she should, camber should come out of it a little better, a little more. It will, a little bit. But there's no weight on the back holding her down. But so, probably should have put it up like that instead. Probably should have maybe put it up from the top or down from the bottom. I'll try to do like that. My thought is that it'll want to pull it down then once you tighten it. Yeah. Yep. Just tighten them up a little bit. Film my back. Alright. I can hear it, just from me bolting, I can hear these tires wanting to push out already. So if I can roll it back and forth a little bit, I think, yeah, it's pushing around. So that's that. We got the bar in there. I want to roll this off and outside move my stuff here and get the 63 Custom up here. But yeah, it never rains in Arizona. 15% chance, and it's raining now. I really don't want to push these out in the rain right now, but it's humid as crap out here. But anyways, out in the shop, get some stuff done.